And some of those billionaires behind Kamala are terrified of that outcome.
I didn't know this happened because we're in Miami. We're in the middle of a mad hurricane. It's crazy and it's insane here. Like, I don't think it's in particular going to affect Miami, as I understand. Let me know in the comments and chat. It's more going to be, sort of relevant to the dear good people of Tampa. But I didn't know that Elon Musk had appeared on Tucker Carlson's show. The reason I'm fascinated by this is it's showing you how media, propaganda, messaging and social communication is changing. Some of the early examples of this were the Arab Spring, the Occupy movement, Brexit and Trump 2016. Now we're a lot further down that road, and in November, we will see what form of campaigning is most successful. Starts off, let's have a look at Elon Musk reflecting on what he might personally incur in the event of a Kamala victory.
If he loses, man, what? You're fucked, dude.
I'm fucked. If he loses, I'm fucked.
It does seem that way. You can't just be like,
Yeah, I'm like, how long do you think my prison sentence is going to be? Do you think, will I see my children? I don't know.
Because it's not like you can say, well, yeah, I maxed out to him, but, I get...
I have no plausible deniability. No, and I've been trashing Kamala nonstop.
Oh, I know.
So there you go. It's a pretty light-hearted way to get into this conversation. But what power is being concealed and what power is being expressed as this campaign takes shape? So here, Elon Musk says that celebrities are supporting Kamala because Trump will release the Epstein client list if he wins. Is that true? Is what we're learning now that these institutions of entertainment are almost actually institutionally corrupt, that it's not one or two rogues like, Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Diddy, Puffy. It's actually the whole institutions themselves that are built on malfeasance, trafficking, and exploitation. We're not talking about the Epicurean hedonistic excesses of plucky kids from the street that are making it in Hollywood and going on a little bit of a flirty, saucy odyssey of wonder. No, we're talking about an institutionalized corruption. We are talking about deep darkness. We are talking about nothing short of spiritual warfare. Whose side are you going to be on in this spiritual warfare? What side do you want to wake up on November the 5th? Do you want constricted authoritarianism and total control? Do you want godlessness? Do you want a world where the rationalists, those that deny our Lord, that sort of timidly tiptoe through their materialist arguments? Well, of course, it's much better to have these legislators in power. It's a lot better to have the ability to control free speech. I can't think for myself. Tell me what to think. Let's have a look at Elon's claim that celebrities are supporting Kamala because of the Epstein list. I'm sure he's just joking, but what a story.
Will that ever come out, do you think?
I think part of why Kamala's getting so much support is that if Trump wins, that Epstein client list is going to become public.
Yes.
And some of those billionaires behind Kamala are terrified of that outcome.
Yeah. Do you think Reid Hoffman's uncomfortable?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Gates.
Yeah. And I only ask that because you just look at them and you're like, that's a nervous person right there. I don't know. I mean, I assume you know them. Yeah.
Yes. Reid Hoffman was my vice president of business development at PayPal.
Yeah.
I think he is concerned about the Epstein situation.
Whoa, what an extraordinary time. What an extraordinary story. Is it possible that the reason that the establishment is so opposed to Trump 2024, remember Trump 2024 includes Tulsi Gabbard, it includes Bobby Kennedy, it includes anti-war, anti-corporate, anti-global candidates, outspoken advocates for liberty and freedom, outspoken advocates for a spiritual perspective. I'm not for a second naive enough, fool enough to claim that these individuals are perfect when it comes to a whole variety of subjects. But generally speaking, when I heard Bobby Kennedy speak that day as a part of the Maha conversation with Tulsi Gabbard, it became clear that he has got a strong anti-big pharma, anti-corporate message. You only have to read his book on the real tell Anthony Fauci to know that. And how fascinating to hear. This is massive, isn't it? That Bill Gates, let me know in the chat if you watch us on Rumble, that Bill Gates might be beyond nervous, terrified about what's happening. Let me know, Awaken Wonders, in the locals chat, what you think it means when someone as high profile and as connected as Elon Musk says that this billionaire class, which, let's face it, he's a member of, will be terrified about the possibility of a Trump election, which would likely mean that the war machine would be disrupted. It would likely mean, and this is my prayer, that Big Pharma and Big Food would be held accountable, and that the health of ordinary Americans would come to the forefront. If you have a better America, hopefully you have a better world. We could have a conversation about the financial collapse that's taking place and the advent of BRICS and the collapse of the petrodollar, and countries like mine, the United Kingdom, if I ever go back to that breezy, bright and wonderful land, Albany or Albion, will stop being co-opted by authoritarian centralist legislators and will return to the people that built the nation. And that's certainly my prayer for your country. Let's be honest, most K-Cup pods are serving you mouldy, pesticide-laden rubbish. Chains like Dunkin', they're stinking the place out with their stale coffee and expecting you to say cheers. 1775 Coffee makes sure you don't have to drink a chemical soup when you want a caffeine lift. 1775 Coffee steps in to slap the mediocrity right out of the competition. Their K-Cup pods are filled with single origin, high-altitude beans, hand-picked by people who know what flavour actually is. It's coffee that will slap your brain fast awake. Faster, in fact, than a government scandal. Who doesn't need an injection of this new caffeine inflection? Kamala Biden? Get this stuff down here. You've got a choice of medium roast, dark roast and mushroom blend. Yeah, actual mushrooms like lion's mane and reishi to boost your brain power as well as giving you an immediate lift. Because let's be honest, if your coffee isn't strong enough to overthrow a small government, what's the point? This coffee is for people who don't want a participation trophy. This is coffee for winners. Go to 1775coffee.com, grab your 24-pack and tell corporate coffee to take a hike. That's go to 1775coffee.com, grab your 24-pack and tell corporate coffee to take a hike. Caffeine that will help you overthrow the powerful. Our new The Oracle series, our first ever group interviews designed to bring the greatest and most authoritative voices in particular subjects together for the very first time. Robert Malone, Dr. Pierre Corey and Steve Kirsch.
What we've experienced is a globally deployed psychological bioterrorism playbook. It's well developed.
And then I started to see just global propaganda directed at essentially distorting, dismissing, and suppressing the evidence of efficacy. And I saw it as a crime.
And at that point, I knew that this was not just a coincidence. There were too many black swans over too short a period. I've never heard anything like this story in my life.
They seem to get the human psyche so well when it comes to brainwashing us and propagandizing us to the direction that they want us to go in, that you would think that they would know that pulling all of these various tactics would actually just push support towards Trump, not away from him.
Ryan Ruth, some of his posts even show that he appeared to have been working with, in his own words, the U.S. Embassy in Kiev. He's doing effectively military intelligence, human trafficking of terrorists.
It's in this context that I think Ruth was kind of radicalized. He decided that while he wanted to assassinate Putin, the easier thing would be to assassinate Donald Trump.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you want to see more uncensored content where free speech can flourish, join our live stream. Click the link right here to watch the next video if you want to, or become a member of a growing movement. Download the Rumble app and you'll be informed every time we make a new piece of content. Stay free.